Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what I want to do today, real quick, is I want to show you because ricks are the most common. It's the most versatile, but the problem is it can't be for everyone. And so, what I want to do is show you the reason why I need to switch from a rick in order to uh, achieve what I need to fit this person. Here's why. Okay, so let's start by looking at her hearing loss. So this is her hearing loss, and as you can see, she does hear a little bit better in those lows in the left ear, but relatively a flat loss, and quite a bit down to where we need to start to vent her up, or soft sounds are just not going to be loud enough. And so the problem is her ear canal is very, very small. And so we first started to go with the rick, and we just had basically a little small dome because her ear was so small, a S receiver, a concha lock to help it stay in. But the problem is it was working for her hearing, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Even though we would seal that more, I have just this little tip on here and less of a more powerful speaker, but it's because of the size of her ear canal, what it's actually doing to this. When it's in there, it's actually acting as if it is sealing that ear more. So even though it's not fully sealed, it's still considered an occluded fit. Okay, problem is she's very, very active, and they keep falling off her top of her ear. She's going to lose them. And yes, I did just sign her up for the protection plan. But here's her ears. So we need to take impressions of her ears because let's use this if we can see well here. Took impressions of her ears because we're going to make a custom mold. But look how thin that is. Very, very small. And to give you an idea of reference, that little speaker, as it goes in there, is actually, if they build a mold around it, they're actually going to have to build up that aperture around there where my finger is, that skinny part, in order for it to fit, and then it's going to be uncomfortable. So even with that, without anything in, because her ear canal's collapsed and so small, look how small that is, paper thin, with the rick receiver in her ear, it was actually occluding her ear. But now we need to put on a mold to secure the ear molds, or the hearing aids on her ears, because of how active she is. And this is, even though it's an S receiver, there's no way I can get an M, and there's no way I can get a P receiver in there. So what I'm going to have to do in order to do that is get a behind the ear with the thin tube, the open tube, get rid of that and make it so it fits. So we have the little thin tube going into the ear in that canal. We have enough room. It's not going to push it out enough, so it's not going to be uncomfortable. And I even have a little bit of room for some venting, so it's not going to seal that ear very much. So that's one reason. The other reason why it's going to stay in her ear better, because that ear mold, it's not going to be expanded too much. Her right ear is very similar, by the way. It's not going to expand it too much in order for it not to be comfortable. And then the tube will also be, because we're going to be using a tube right here with a custom mold on the end. That tube is more firm, and it's going to be more waterproof because she's always getting wet, sweating, and it's going to seal in her ear better, be firmer on her ear, and it's going to make it more comfortable. So that's one reason that she has to go. This is one reason why you would do a different style other than a rick. Okay, so keep that in mind. You need to look at their ear canals as part of how you fit them behind their ears to see how much space is down there. She wouldn't even fit in a ready fit.